Before this story begins, do one thing right now: subscribe to our channel, Bikershype. Hit the like button and share this video with your friends who love emotional, powerful biker stories. And if you truly love Hell Angel style brotherhood, help us complete our 1,000 subscribers target. Now, brace yourself, because what you're about to read shocked an entire city. A kidnapped little girl gave a signal to the bikers. Their reaction shocked everyone. The road that never slept, the highway outside the city, was alive. Engines roared like thunder, headlights cut through the night like blades, and the cold wind carried the smell of asphalt, fuel, and freedom. This road had seen everything: speed, blood, love, betrayal. But tonight, it was about to witness something unforgettable. A pack of bikers rolled together in perfect formation. Leather jackets, heavy boots, no unnecessary patches, no loud talk, just discipline and brotherhood. At the center rode Reaper, a massive man with a scar running from his temple to his jaw, eyes sharp as broken glass. He wasn't loud. He didn't need to be. When Reaper stopped talking, grown men listened. Behind him rode Ghost, lean and silent. His helmet always tilted slightly downward, like he was constantly watching the ground for traps. Then there was Tank, built like a moving wall, fists the size of bricks, heart buried deep beneath layers of steel. They weren't criminals. They weren't heroes. They were bikers, and they lived by one rule: you never hurt the innocent. They were heading back from a charity ride money raised for a children's burn unit. The night should have ended quietly, but fate had other plans. The girl at the red light. It happened at a red light near an abandoned industrial stretch. Reaper eased his bike to a stop. Engines, streetlights flickered overhead. That's when he saw her. A little girl, no more than 8 years old. She stood on the sidewalk near a rusted fence, wearing a thin pink sweater, far too light for the cold night. Her hair was messy. Her shoes didn't match. But it wasn't her appearance that froze Reaper's blood. It was her eyes. They weren't curious. They weren't scared in the usual way. They were calculated. The girl looked directly at Reaper. Then, slowly, deliberately, she raised a hand. At first, Reaper thought she was waving. Then she did something strange. She tapped her wrist twice, crossed her fingers, and clenched her fist. Ghost's head snapped toward her. Tank leaned forward on his bike. Reaper's heart dropped into his stomach, because that wasn't a child's gesture. That was a signal. A signal Reaper had learned years ago overseas, from a soldier who specialized in human trafficking rescues. A signal that meant only one thing: I'm not safe. Please help me. The light turned green. Cars moved, but the girl didn't. She stayed perfectly still. Then a black van rolled forward from behind her. Its windows were dark. No plates. The side door slid open slightly. A man inside snapped, "Get in, now." The girl's shoulders tensed, but she didn't cry. She didn't scream. She looked back at Reaper one last time, and repeated the signal. Reaper didn't hesitate. He lifted his hand, one finger up. The biker formation shifted instantly. Ghost veered left. Tank rolled right. Two others blocked traffic behind the van. Reaper revved his engine and pulled forward, stopping inches from the van's bumper. The man inside leaned out. "Move your damn bike." Reaper slowly removed his helmet. Streetlight hit his scar. His voice was calm. "Not happening." The first mistake. The man in the van made his first mistake. He laughed. "You bikers think you own the road." That was his second mistake, opening the door wider. Tank was off his bike in half a second. One massive hand grabbed the door. Another yanked the man out of the van like a rag doll. Inside, Reaper saw it. Ropes, duct tape, another child's shoe on the floor. Ghost's voice cracked through the tension. "There's more than one." Reaper's jaw tightened. "Secured the girl now." Ghost gently moved toward her, kneeling so he was at her eye level. "You're safe," he said softly. "What's your name?" She whispered, "Lily." Lily's silence *. Lily didn't cry. That terrified Reaper more than screaming ever could. Kids who don't cry have learned that crying doesn't help. Tank restrained the man on the ground, one knee pressed into his back. "You touch kids." Tank growled, "You're done." Police sirens echoed in the distance. Someone had already called. But Reaper knew something. One van doesn't work alone. He crouched in front of Lily. "Are there others?" She nodded. "How many?" She hesitated, then held up 3 fingers. 3 children. Reaper closed his eyes for half a second. Then he stood. "Ghost, call it in. Full report." Tank looked up. "And him?" Reaper looked at the man shaking on the asphalt. He'll talk. The warehouse. The man talked fast. Too fast. Warehouse by the river. Old shipping containers. Drop off at midnight. Reaper didn't wait for police instructions. Some lines aren't meant to be crossed. The bikers rode. Engines thundered through the night, slicing through fear and silence. Lily rode behind Ghost, wrapped in his jacket, holding on like she'd known him her whole life. At the warehouse, lights flickered. 2 guards, 1 mistake. Tank hit the first like a freight train. Ghost disabled the second without a sound. Inside, 3 children huddled in a cage. 1 boy sobbing, 1 girl rocking back and forth, 1 toddler barely conscious. Reaper ripped the lock apart with a crowbar. "You're safe," he said, voice breaking for the first time in years. The city wakes up by morning. The story exploded. News vans, police statements, witness videos. Headlines screamed, "Biker gang rescues kidnapped children." "Little girl signal saves lives." Angels on motorcycles. Lily sat wrapped in a blanket, holding a juice box, surrounded by officers. She kept looking toward the bikers. Before social services took her away, she ran back to Reaper. She hugged his leg tightly. "You saw me," she whispered. Reaper knelt, eyes wet. "I always will." A promise that changed everything. Weeks later, Reaper stood outside a children's center. A mural was being painted on the wall. A little girl with her hand raised. Under it, words read, "Someone always sees you." Lily waved from inside. Reaper didn't wave back. He tapped his wrist twice, crossed his fingers, and clenched his fist. She smiled. Epilogue. Brotherhood beyond blood. People still argue about bikers. Some see danger, some see rebellion, but Lily sees something else. She sees men who stopped at a red light, men who paid attention, men who proved that brotherhood isn't about patches, it's about principles. And the city never forgot that night. If this story touched your heart, if you believe innocence deserves protection, if you love Hell Angels style biker brotherhood, subscribe to our channel Bikershype. Like this video, share it with your friends. Help us complete our 1,000 subscribers target. Now, prove your love, because stories like this deserve to be heard.